Hi, I'm Greg.
And this is Derek. Welcome to Men of the Den, and this is Monday.
Hey, good looking. What you got cooking?
What?
All right, this week on the Den is Cooking Week. So Derek and I have each picked a dish that we're going to do. Derek's the cook in the relationship, so he's got the much harder dish. I picked an easy dessert to do. But enjoy!
Go.
All right, so the first step to making the lovely Skor Squares is... So the 4 ingredients you will need are Ritz crackers, preferably the original flavor. You can get like the less fat ones, or you can get the low sodium, but they have to be the regular flavored ones, not cheese or any of the fancy ones. We got Eagle brand milk. So really any sweetened condensed milk will work. If you prefer, you can also use unsweetened condensed milk. We've got... So I'm going to be lazy. You can make your own frosting, but I'm going to be lazy and just buy pre-made frosting today. And the last thing is, in our case, we're making Skor Squares, so we're using Skor chiplets, but really, this is negotiable. You can use any kind of chocolate chip, toffee bits, pieces of chocolate bar, whatever you really want. This recipe is really transferable. So, the very first step in the whole process is the easiest one. So it's just to take your Ritz crackers. So you're going to use a whole bag of Ritz crackers, and you're just going to crush them. So I'm going to do it with a rolling pin in the bag. So as you can see, the crackers are now all crushed up pretty finely. You're going to want to keep it relatively fine for a good square. So now I'm going to grab my dish that I'm going to use for my squares. So I'm just using a regular sized casserole dish. And I'm just going to pour the crackers into the bottom of the dish. So far, so easy. So step 2 is going to be your condensed milk. So all you do with the condensed milk is pour it in on the crackers.
It's creamy goodness.
Now, Derek. And you don't scoop any of the goodness out of the spoon here. Just give me a second.
Don't just lick it up?
No. Look, you. This isn't that kind of video.
X-Tube cooking.
Alright, so this is where it gets a little messy, because now you're going to mix your crackers and your condensed milk together to make a mixture. So it's going to get a little bit messy.
Oh, it does.
You might even want to use your hands. Stop with the innuendos there.
What? Use your hands? Creamy mess? Sorry.
Alright, so we mix it all together. Alright, so as you can see, we are all finished that step with all this yummy mess.
Mm-hmm.
We'll leave that comment. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our chiplets, Skor brand chiplets, or whatever you use, and we're gonna introduce it to the mess. Okay, so that step is done. So now we've got the Skor chiplets in with the rest of the mess. So now we just flatten it all out neatly into the pan. And now for the very last step, which is going to be frosting. Here is the finished product. So as you can see, I frosted it and threw some more chiplets on the very top. And now all you have to do now is just put this in the fridge for about an hour, and it's ready to go. You don't even have to cook it. Why are you throwing stuff at me?
All right, now for the soup that I'll be making is a little bit more labor-intensive than the Skor Squares. What you'll need for this, what I'm making is Jalapeno Cheddar Soup. So you'll need, of course, your jalapenos, an onion, green onion. Of course, you can't have a cheese soup without cheese. You need butter and flour, equal parts for the roux, which I'll be demonstrating in a bit. heavy cream, chicken broth, and salt and pepper for flavor. And if you do wish to add a little bit of extra kick to it that will already be there, you can add cayenne. So we got everything all measured out here. Basically, 1 onion and 2 large pimentos. We're going to be putting these together to make the roux, so I'll be getting that done here shortly. Otherwise, the other thing to prep is a 1/4 cup of cheese and a 1/2 cup of green onions, which we'll be using partially for taste in the soup, as well as a garnish after it's all said and done. So first thing we're going to get started here with is doing the roux. So we do get 3 tablespoons of butter. It's right up close on me there, Greg. Get it right up my grill. So basically the roux should just be equal parts butter to equal parts flour. And this one we're doing to taste with jalapeno and onion in the roux itself. Right up on me, Greg. Right up on me. Alright, so while we're waiting for that to melt, I'm going to be throwing in the jalapeno and onions in there. And we're just going to saute those for about 5 to 7 minutes. And then we're going to add the flour there to finish up the roux. Roux, we are going to be adding 3 tablespoons of flour to match the butter. This is called a roux, as in R-O-U-X, not to be confused with the singer La Roux. Because this time, baby, you won't be bulletproof. Alright.
This time, baby, I'll be bulletproof.
Alright. So here we go. And we just kind of mix this around until it kind of comes into a ball mixture here. And sometimes I get stuck to the thing. I am not a professional. I am not a professional.
Alright, everyone, it's time to get wet!
By wet, we're going to add the cream, but first, the stock. The 1.5 cups of chicken stock will be added to the roux. It's in for the kill right there. Then we're going to add the nice heavy cream. Oh yeah. Into that soup you go. And this is pretty much just going to be stirred and cooked until it's thickened. So the sauce is nice, thick, and creamy. So that's all done to go. It's all thickened. So the next step is we're going to take our cheese. Again, it's 3/4 cup. And in case I didn't mention it in the last clip, basically you want to be the milk and the cream and the stock. You want just to get to a good thick consistency. It doesn't really, a length of time isn't really stated, just till the desired thickness. Now we're just going to move the cheese in there to add a little bit. That adds a little bit of flavor and color. So that's going to give us a nice orange hue of a regular cheddar soup. And this is pretty much done into, this is, you can tell this is done as it went, again, when it hits the right consistency and color. Alright, and the last step we have here, we're just going to do a little bit of green onion in the meantime. The rest we're going to use as a garnish when it's all done. So we're just going to use a small handful like that. And we're just going to put that in there just pretty much just to get a nice little added flavor in there. Then we're going to simmer for a little bit, and then we're all done. Simmer for maybe about 5 minutes, just to get just a little bit of added thickness to the soup itself. What do you think?
Good stuff.
Good stuff. It's got kick, doesn't it?
It has a kick. Woo! Yeah, it definitely has.
There's one thing I just gotta say. I quit smoking almost a year and a half ago, and since then, spicy has been a little intense for me. This is absolutely delicious, and let's just say it's got a huge kick to this, and I'm not complaining. This is absolutely wonderful. Delicious. Excellent. You would never have guessed that was Ritz crackers. That's in the crust of this. I was assuming you made these before. It was a graham cracker.
Well, that's it for this week, guys. Thank you for watching our cooking video. Tune in for the rest of the Den Guys videos and see what they're cooking up this week.
And again, guys, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And what are some comments you have about the food we made? What are some variations of these two recipes that you would have done yourself? And what are some food hacks and stuff that you would do with some of these recipes? There's so many questions that we could come up here. But again, enjoy the rest of your week and have a good Monday.
And don't forget to like.